One dusty library, one forgotten letter, and Europe begins to think anew. In 1345, Francesco Petrarch climbed to a Verona shelf and uncovered the lost letters of Cicero. They showed not a distant saint, but a living, flawed man. These ancients are not stepping stones to heaven. They are mirrors of ourselves, speaking across 1,000 silent years. One city reshaped Western civilization. Its name was Florence. By 1400, banking and trade made this Tuscan city Europe's financial capital. Its gold florin was trusted from London to Constantinople. Wealth and civic pride built a cradle for genius. I gather poets, painters, and philosophers to my table. Gold I have in plenty, but beauty is the wealth that endures. A goldsmith's son lost a contest, then changed architecture forever. Defeated for the baptistery doors in 1401, Brunelleschi left for Rome. There he measured ancient ruins for years, studying the Pantheon's vast dome and rediscovering linear perspective. The Romans hid their secrets in geometry. I will not copy their domes, I will surpass them. A nude bronze youth, so daring Florence hid him in a garden. For 1,000 years, sculpture meant stiff figures locked into church walls, faces blank, bodies buried in robes. Then came Donato di Niccolò di Bedobardi. Born around 1386, he studied forgotten Roman techniques and dragged the human body back into the light. I look backward to move forward. The ancients knew the body was worthy of celebration. I give my David the weight of a living man. My Magdalene the cheeks worn hollow by years of penance. Stone must breathe, bronze must feel. A banker who held no office, yet ruled Florence in all but name. In 1429, Cosimo de' Medici took control of his family's bank. He spent its fortune not on armies, but on artists, scholars, and stone. He died in 1464. Florence carved on his tomb, Pater Patriae, father of his country. One book, 1 year. The price of a house. Around 1440 in Mainz, a goldsmith reimagined how knowledge moves. Johannes Gutenberg cast individual metal letters, arranged them into pages, and pressed ink onto paper. The same page, printed again and again, identical every time. My ink clings to metal and lays clean on the page. Where a scribe gives one Bible in a year, I give many. One mind held the whole Renaissance inside it. Born in 1452 near the town of Vinci, an illegitimate notary's son. At 14, he entered Verrocchio's Florence workshop, learning painting, sculpture, and engineering as one craft. His brush redefined beauty. The Mona Lisa and the Last Supper fused art with science, built on years of forbidden anatomical study to capture the truth of the human face. A banker's grandson rules Florence without ever wearing a crown. In 1469, 20-year-old Lorenzo de' Medici inherits both vast wealth and Florence itself. No title, only influence. Through patronage and diplomacy, he steers a republic of warring rivals, earning a single name, Il Magnifico. They struck at Easter Mass before God's altar. My brother Giuliano fell beside me. I survived, and Florence rose with me. In the city that birthed the Renaissance, one monk declared war on beauty itself. Girolamo Savonarola arrived at San Marco in 1490. When the French invaded in 1494 and the Medici fled, he seized the power vacuum, promising Florence would become a new Jerusalem. Purge your sins, cast your mirrors, your books, your painted vanities into the flames, and God will choose this city. Three immortal artists, One small corner of Italy, one brilliant moment. Around 1495, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and a teenage Raphael are all alive at once. The High Renaissance begins. Early masters rediscovered classical art. These men perfected it. In 1503, Leonardo begins the Mona Lisa using sfumato, soft gradations of light and shadow that feel almost alive. Renaissance ideas crossed the Alps, and the North made them its own. In the Netherlands, Jan van Eyck transformed painting itself, layering thin oil glazes into luminous, jewel-bright detail no Italian tempera could match. I sought to reform the church not by tearing it down, but through learning, returning to the original Christian texts. 1508, a sculptor is ordered to paint the most famous ceiling on earth. Pope Julius II, the warrior pope, demanded it. Michelangelo had just finished David. He saw himself a sculptor, not a painter. But you do not refuse Christendom's most powerful man. I am no painter. My place is in marble. Yet I bend my neck to the vault, paint dripping into my eyes, and give them their ceiling. The White House, London townhouses, southern mansions, all trace back to one man. Born a stonemason's son in 1508, Andrea was renamed Palladio by his humanist mentor after the goddess of wisdom. He would become history's most imitated architect. In 1570, he published the Four Books of Architecture, the world's first design manual, filled with measurements and illustrations. No gentleman's library was complete without it. One painter made perfection look effortless. They called him divine. Born in Urbino in 1483, Raphael was a master by 17. By 25, Pope Julius II summoned him to Rome. I gathered the wisdom of antiquity onto one wall. Plato points to heaven, Aristotle to earth, and reason and faith stand in perfect balance. A jobless exile writes a handbook so cold it scandalized Europe for centuries. Florence, 1469. Niccolò Machiavelli grows up watching the Medici rise and fall. As a Republican diplomat, he sees foreign armies ravage Italy. Then in 1512, the Medici return and cast him out. Published in 1532, it caused an uproar. In 1559, the church banned it, yet rulers studied it in secret while denouncing its author in public. A city built on water became the richest in all of Europe. By the 15th century, Venice traded silk and spices between East and West. Stable under its doge, drenched in gold, it imported not just goods but ideas. Venetian painters chose color over line. Giovanni Bellini brought luminous oils. Giorgione brought mood. And then came the master who painted emperors and popes. For 1,000 years, ancient texts were treated as absolute truth. Then thinkers began to look up. In 1543, Nicholas Copernicus published a radical claim. Not Earth, but the sun sat at the center of the cosmos. In 1633, the Roman Inquisition forced Galileo to recant. He lived his final years under house arrest. By the 1550s, the Catholic Church faced its gravest crisis since its founding. Luther's Reformation had split Christianity. Pope Paul III knew the Church had to reform itself from within. In 1545, leaders gathered in the Alpine city of Trent. Their mission, clarify doctrine, end corruption, perhaps reunite with the Protestants.